Okay, so step one, we've got a dog that is great with a loose leash walk, but we're trying to navigate an HEEL. And so what that just looks like is I'm at a 7, it's low level holds. The E-collar should be the first thing introduced. So whatever we're teaching, becomes first. Honestly, that could be a verbal heel, then E-collar, then leash. Or you can do it at the same time. Not that big of a deal. But the main thing is the dog doesn't feel leash until after the E-collar. So what's that look like? It's pretty normal for him. I'm going to tighten this up. Heel, guide back, off of everything. Once he's in position, what does he do? He shoots right back out again. Heel, guide back, off of everything. And dog behind a door, not a big deal. Dog. Heel, guide back, off of everything. All right, he's softer than he was before, but I am going to scroll up a little, go to a 10, see what we get on heel. Okay, I got a little bit of a head toss on that. Don't know if you guys saw that, but definitely a little higher level. Heel, because I'm not trying to break my hand here with a Roddy. So you're finding a level that softens the dog a bit. He tends to be a bit of a fighter until he figures it out. Then he does really great. Heel, that's 12. And I'm gonna go up a little more till I see any indication that it's too high. But he's already, look at that, already doing much better. Let's go. No, let's go. Roofer. So I'm not at super high level, so I actually held the button down. See, look, then that anxiety pushes him ahead. Heel. That's what we want to work on. We want to work on him being able to stay in heel when he sees people and dogs that he used to react to, but it still causes him a lot of emotion. We want him to be able to stay in heel when seeing those triggers. Really nice. Now, before I came on here, I did do some inside turns. Inside turns are very helpful. He was a little confused by them. He just thought I wanted him to SIT. Sit. Good boy. Heel. So I'll show you some of those when we get on the sidewalk. But this gets wily. Heel. Because I had to pull him. Heel. Hey, knock it off. Pop of the leash for knocking his head around. That's because we don't have a sidewalk. Teaching your dog on a sidewalk provides structure and it makes it much more clear to the dog. No sidewalk is much harder. Back to this, beautiful. So, starts to creep ahead a bit. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm just gonna say heel and tap, heel, and I'm gonna move into him. Gosh, he's so big to move, jeez. Heel. So that was a tap, and I'm moving into him and holding the leash back a bit because I want to go for the neck area. He's built like an ox, but I want to go for the neck area right in front of the shoulder with my leg to help him get out of my way, to help him pay more attention to his positioning. It can be very valuable, but I don't hold the button down usually on that. Might be some exception, especially at a 14. I'm just doing a quick tap and saying heel and moving into him. It's a little bit of a tweak. All right, so the hold down, back, hold down, guide back, off the button, hold down, guide back, off the button. That's all guidance to soften the dog and to help teach positioning. Next step, if you're struggling with that, do the inside turns that I mentioned. We just tap inside turn. Next step is to be very strict on positioning. I even put my hand behind my back for this a little bit with large breed dogs to give you more leverage. And what I do is I'm going to scroll up to an 18. Probably don't even need that high because there's no distractions up ahead, but let's just see what that does. I'm going to slow down. Oh, he slowed down with me. Gosh, he's doing so good. Might have to wait for another distraction to be able to show you this. But the idea is he moves forward even the tiniest bit where his peripheral is in front of, oh, there we go, heel. So I did tap the button. I barely noticed a change So I gave the leash pop for more clarity. After all, he's new to this. So I don't expect him to feel an e-collar tap and magically go into the position that I want him to be in. We've only been working on this for about 15 minutes. So just FYI, but that's how it works. You tap the button, give the command, and give the leash pop. You see, it's different than guidance. We're switching it up now. You give the leash pop if they need like an understanding of positioning. This looks great. All right, sit. Now here's why heel is so important to me. I'm gonna put this in my pocket just because I'm holding the phone. Break. It's so important to me because I want it to be clear for him when he's on break. Break, bud. He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm supposed to stay in structure. I feel better. It's funny because he's gotten to the point where he feels better if he's like under control of a human because he's so anxious outside. But that's even more the reason why I want to encourage him, break, to venture off. Let's see, maybe the bushes. I couldn't get him to earlier either. There we go. It was a brief bush sniff. If a dog is sniffing that normally doesn't sniff because they're wound so tight, a little high strung, it can show that they're getting calmer and more confident in their environment. Now that can kind of backfire on you a bit too, whenever you're working with a dog like this, but that's a conversation for another time. We absolutely want to build his confidence and his comfortability in his environment. So having some breaks where he's on full leash. Let's go. I am going to keep him moving a little bit. I mean, he can do that a little, but not all day. I'm just encouraging him to sniff. He's sniffing the air. Break. So let's go just means move with me. Loose leash, don't drag me if I turn, things like that. Just means move with me. Oh, there we go, brief sniff. And so, just to be clear, heel is much different. It's like be at the seam of my leg, and there's accountability if you're not. You need to be right there at my heel. Let's go. So he's looking at a person getting out of their car. So see that intensity? Let's go. So just a tap of the button. I went up to a 22, I think. And just keep him moving a bit. Just want to get him more comfortable. Let's go. Sit. Good. I get my e-collar ready to go. I'm going to scroll down a bit. I'm going to go back down to my 10. Don't stay at the same level. You want to vary it. Good. Let's see what we get. Heel. Heel. Guide back. So because he's new to this, every time I reintroduce, getting back into heel, I'm going back to guidance, 4, 5, heel, 4, 5, 6 times. And then when he's doing good, then I will, or doing pretty good, like staying in it for at least a few steps. He's not just jumping the gun to get ahead. I found a level that softens him and gets him to kind of hang back a bit. Heel. Then I'm going to scroll up about 5 levels. Some dogs it's 30, but it just depends on the situation, I think. But earlier I scrolled up 5 levels. I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna go up to a 15. Quick tap, heel, and then pop back. I kind of pulled a little bit. That's my bad. But a pop back in position. So he definitely didn't go back in position. Heel. Good. Let's go. Now, another habit he has is he shakes his head a lot. And that is a pop as well. Pop correction. I'm gonna knock it off. Stop being so fussy. But this looks great. One more tweak to when you're starting to train heel. And you're going your normal pace, right? When the dog creeps ahead and you need to say heel, just do like a slow step or almost stop for a second to change up the pace. So that way you're giving your dog a visual signal to slow down as well. That can be really helpful. I did do that with him in the beginning. Then I didn't need it anymore. But if we were to see a dog, I would need it again. And so I would say heel, and I would just just kind of stop for a second before I kept going. That way there's also a change of pace that the dog can physically see. Let's go. And just guide back. Nope, keep moving. Don't let him do that. He's trying to problem solve what you want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing. Because you popped the leash earlier and he's like, what do you want from me? I'm doing everything that we've been doing for the last few months. Wow, this looks great. See, look down at where he's at.
Yeah.
So you can really see the position his head is. So now he started to creep forward, but he went right back. But that way you can really understand the perfect position of the block of his head with your leg.
Mm-hmm.
This is the sweet spot right here. That is where you want it. Yep, good. And just don't forget to say heel. So hold down button, say heel, then guide back with the leash. So the leash is always second.
Okay. So heel, tap.
No, not tap, hold.
Okay.
We're in the holds. If I say guidance or pressure, those are low-level holds. All right, go ahead and try it.
Heel.
You forgot the e-collar. So e-collar first, then leash.
Heel.
Good. Can't believe how great he looks. He's starting to fuss with you a little bit. He does that when he feels like you're asking too much of him. Go ahead, do it now. Did you do e-collar first?
No, I didn't. I did now.
Okay. And remember, it's just guidance back, gentle guidance. You got to be kind of forceful and strong, but it's not a pop. You're just guiding him into the position. It's just awkward with your arm. I was like all geared up for today to be really hard on my body, but he was so good. Couldn't believe it.
He's actually been very good. Very good.
You popped the leash. You realize that?
I did.
Yeah. So just be aware of what, it's not that that's bad. I just want you to be aware of what you're communicating. Are you guiding or are you correcting?
Okay.
And is it fair, that you're correcting? He's in a good state of mind where he can be corrected. But I'm just saying, if he's struggling so bad, he actually needs more inside turns, more guidance, maybe even going back to let's loose leash, let's go work, because you're asking too much of him. Because you have to get the brain into a decent space before you can start teaching the heel and then having accountability for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this looks so good. Go ahead and guide him back.
Heel.
Yeah, there you go. Now go ahead and go up to like 16, 17. And now you'll just tap the button, say heel, check in on him. If he doesn't move back, you're gonna give him a pop.
Okay. Heel.
See, he went back. Good boy.